Hello everybody, it's TMOG 217. Welcome to a LEGO Star Wars set review. Take a look at set number 75348, the Mandalorian Fang Fighter versus the TIE Interceptor. This is a set that contains 957 pieces, 4 minifigures, and released officially May 1st of 2023, and is based off of Season 3 of The Mandalorian. So, taking a look at the first build, because again, these are two builds in one. We have the Fang Fighter Starfighter thingy. This is honestly a pretty flat build, like, giving you guys an idea by tilting it. That's as much depth as you're going to get with this build. It's a pretty flat Starfighter. So, yeah, I don't know. There is only just the printed cockpit piece going for it. Everything else is easily recreatable, in my opinion. But I don't know. I'm trying to think of this as a way of like, hey, if this was split into two, these would be like 65 Canadian a piece. And this build just doesn't feel like 65 Canadian, even with the figures. So, anyway, let's go over the play features. There is a hidden feature, which if you flip this up, there's a little sloped area. Now, I assume this is weapon storage. Doesn't flat out say this, but because of the piece used and just how the building technique is done, I assume it's weapon storage. Because of the minifigure that's included, you can put the thermal detonator and the blaster and then just cover this up like so, and that's pretty well hidden. You can hear it rattling about, maybe a little bit, but it's stuck in there. Now, you can fit the included minifigure into the cockpit, and it just kind of slides in there. If you guys can see the interior right there, how it connects with the minifigure. So you just slide the minifigure on in there, flip that down, bada bing, bada boom, you got yourself a pilot for the Starfighter. And it does have 2 Flickfire missiles, which if you push down will fire out one of 2 different red Flickfire missiles. So yeah, not much else to say about this build other than it's ugh. So let's just have a look at the better build of the two, which is none other than the TIE Interceptor. We haven't gotten this since like the early 2000s. I'm assuming 2003 if memory serves correctly. If not, actual year posted above. But yeah, this is a really excellent build, at least given that the fact we don't have much to go with referring this to. So yeah, it's great that we get this. It definitely feels like that $65 price point for this. In fact, if it was sold individually for $65, it would be a steal with how big and how detailed this thing is. So I really like it. It's pretty fun to handle. You do have the cockpit area, which you can access via just flipping the top up and then this cockpit windshield down, and you can see I have the minifigure already seated in there. It is a non-studded connection, which is fine. You can fit the minifigure in there without a hassle, so that's pretty good. And then it just has a printed cheese slope going for it. Yeah, no, not much else to go for this. So, in terms of the cockpit, but you can close that up and see that there is 2 Flickfire missiles as well, and you can access those via the back. Also, speaking of the back, these blue Technic pins are kind of a eyesore, but I don't feel like these will be displayed with those in front or just where it'll be displayed in the way. Anyway, Flickfire missiles, simple, same thing. Push down and it'll fire out from there, like so, like you guys can see. And yeah, you get 2 of those as well as an extra. But yeah, in terms of the scaling of this, let's show some other TIE fighters for a size comparison sorts for you guys. Here it is next to the 2020 TIE Fighter, which the scaling doesn't look half bad when they have these 2 displayed, but the illusion can be easily broken when you throw in the TIE Bomber, which is just, as you guys saw in my previous review, it's just not in proportions with any of the other builds, and the illusion is even more broken when you throw in the TIE Bomber. So if you were to display this, definitely going to have to do that without the TIE Bomber being a part of the picture here, because displaying with the TIE Fighter is actually okay. But yeah, anyway, not much else to say about these builds. Let's have a closer look at the minifigures included in this set. Take a look at the first 2 minifigures included in this set. On the left, we have the TIE Fighter pilot, as well as a new exclusive minifigure, just the set on the right, R2-E6. Now, TIE Fighter Pilot, the only thing going for it is that it's an exclusive combination with just a different facial print, as this is the exact same one as the TIE Bomber. but they do have a nice little blaster, which is cool, I guess. And as for R2-E6, the dome and I guess the torso are exclusive. It's a little hard to see the details without shining in a light. So yeah, and then as well, this figure only appears in one episode as a background character, not even related to the TIE Interceptor either. It's just one of those ones where it was the droid sleuthing episode. I can't remember the name. It was one with Jack Black, but yeah. No back torso print on the droid, which is weird because why give R2-D2 one last year then not do it for more astromechs? Come on, Lego, you're being a little hypocritical here with what you're doing with your minifigures. Anyway, not much else to say about these two figures. Let's move on to the final two figures included in this set. For the final two minifigures, on the left we have a currently exclusive minifigure, which is the Mandalorian Fleet Commander, and they have a blaster and a thermal detonator. They have some nice leg printing as well as torso printing, as well as a nice new helmet print. Now, removing the helmet, you can see there is a unique facial print, which is double-sided. Now, you do get an extra included hairpiece for you to add to this minifigure if you want to display this figure without the helmet, but removing the jetpack off of this guy, as well as Din Djarin in a second here. But anyway, quickly jump in the Din Djarin before we do that. He is technically a unique figure just to the set. In August, he'll be non-exclusive as he comes in the spider tank, but as of the time of this recording, he is just exclusive just to this set. But that's mainly because of the helmet having a different print on the top there, which is a nice detail that probably should have been added to begin with, but it is what it is. But you can see there is Din Djarin's facial expression, pretty cool stuff, and also we get for the first time, which is what we've been asking for, a molded Darksaber blade specific piece. No more lightsaber blade. You get this katana-like blade piece, which I'm okay with. I kind of wish there would have been some printing on it, just like a little crackling effect in white, just something other than just a plain black sword piece. Kind of seems a little generic, but anyway, he's got some arm printing on the sides there, and he's just pretty much the same figure that was included in the N1 Starfighter. But again, going back to taking off these guys' jetpacks, you can see the back torso print, which looks pretty cool. Not needed, but is always appreciated. But yeah, not much else to say about these two minifigures. Let's have a look at what else this set includes. Taking a look at the instructions, they are split into two separate instruction booklets, which is nice because if you wanted to build this with a friend, you have that option. Kind of cool how it says the bag numbers 1, 2, and 3 for the Mandalorian Fang fighter. You have a QR code if you want to build the set digitally, and it advertises such via the app on the page right there. Switching to paper bags sometime. But yeah, the progress bar just uses the Mandalorian. Probably should have been the Fleet Commander because that's the guy's ship. But anyway, pretty straightforward, flat building techniques. But flipping all the way to the back, you have the completed model, advertisements for other LEGO Star Wars sets, a Rebuild the World, and then a win at the back. And as for the second instruction booklet, it's a little bit of a different quality instruction booklet. You guys can kind of tell a difference with what I'm talking about here, with just how these are ended off. These are really weird quality difference, at least for my copy. Now, already, I'm just going to tell you guys, this is inaccurate with the bags. There's 8 bags, and at the front it says there's only 7. So at first I was confused until I flipped open to the first few pages. And even then, it doesn't tell you that there's a bag 8. It just tells you bag 7. Anyway, you have the TIE Fighter pilot as the progress bar. Pretty straightforward building instructions. But, yeah, there is a bag 8. Trust me, guys. Here, I'll show you. Here we go. Bag number 8, which is not existing for some reason in the instruction booklet otherwise. But anyway, as for flipping all the way to the back, you have the completed model parts listing for the whole set. That goes on for 3 pages, and then just a Rebuild the World at the back. In terms of extra parts, this is all that I got in my copy of the set. You even get enough to make an extra Darksaber for your collection. Pretty cool stuff. Overall, for a set that retails for 130 Canadian, it almost feels worthwhile, but that's mainly leaning towards the fact that the TIE Interceptor is near perfection. As for the Fang Fighter, it's okay. It's literally a pancake starfighter in my eyes. And again, if we were to split it right down the middle and say these are $65 a piece, then yeah, I'd lean more towards the Interceptor again because the Fang Fighter only has the Fleet Commander going for it in terms of it being exclusive, but I'm willing to bet it's going to appear in a foil pack like a year from now. And Mando, he's just got the new helmet print and the Darksaber, all of which are going to be non-exclusive come August. So yeah, that really just leaves you with just the astromech being exclusive with this set. And even that's a weird choice. I would prefer something like a Super Mandalorian Commando or whatever. Whatever was shown in the finale would have been nice to have as an inclusion here. Just something that probably is going to stay exclusive and is cool enough. That's just me. I like my exclusive figures. But yeah, in terms of if you guys should pick this up, I'm saying, yeah, it's worth the $130 overall. You may feel a little chump for like maybe $10, $20 of the build or overall, but it's still a pretty cool set nonetheless, especially as a 2-pack. I just wish that it was actually a divided thing so that we could actually army build between the two and you're not forced to get both. That's just me. Anyway, those are more or less my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this review, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, all that fun stuff. Anyway, thank you everyone so much for watching, and I'll see you all in a future video. Till then, see you later. Bye-bye.